As some of you may already know, the first closed alpha test for Anthem just took place this past weekend. Now, I was lucky enough to get in there. There weren't that many open spots, so I was really surprised and happy that I was able to play the game. But due to the NDA that I signed, I can't really say anything about my experience, what took place, what I played, what my impressions were. I can't really talk about it at all. But in today's video, I want to go over how you can play Anthem for free, as well as some of the latest news to come out. Now before I get started, make sure to like the video if you find it useful and subscribe to stay up to date on all my content. I do want to cover more Anthem in the future, so I hope that this video does get some traction and that you guys do enjoy it. So definitely let me know in the comment section below, but let's go ahead and get into it. So can you play Anthem for free before it releases on February 22nd of 2019? The answer is yes. Definitely something we don't see very often anymore with video games. Anthem will have an open demo from February 1st to February 3rd. Back in the Xbox 360, PS3 days, we had demos all the time. We would be able to download a demo of a game and then play a small portion that the developers let us, and that wouldn't cost us anything. And that would allow us to see, should we play this game? Should we spend our money on it? Is it worth our time? Is it something that we're interested in? And you just don't see that anymore. And honestly, I think part of the reason for that now is that game companies don't want you to try their game. They just want you to see the pretty trailers, and they want you to read the stories about what's included, and then just buy it from there. A lot of games these days don't even let reviews go up until the game goes live, keeping people from having informed decisions before they purchase something. But what Bioware is doing with Anthem is completely different. Like I said, from February 1st to February 3rd, there will be an open demo where anyone on PlayStation 4, Xbox, or PC that wants to play Anthem and give it a try can. This is huge, and it tells me a couple things about the game. One, it allows us as gamers to be informed at what type of game we'll be buying, how it will run, what you can do in the game, what you can expect to do, and it will let us decide for ourselves, without spending a dime, if Anthem is right for us. The second thing that it tells me is that Bioware is confident that their game will be good enough to show off 21 days before release. They're going to allow anyone that wants to play it 21 days before it goes live to play it and make their informed decision on whether or not they want to purchase the game. That's brave, and I think it's bold. And I wish more game companies would do this in the future because it allows us as consumers to make an informed decision, and it lets us spend our money wisely. And I think that's a great sign if you're a fan of the game and you want this to be a good game and you want it to be ready to play on day one. Now, if you really want to play Anthem and you really want to play it before the open demo on February 1st, you can actually pre-order the game and get access to the VIP demo from January 25th to the 27th. I know pre-ordering isn't for everyone, and that's okay. If you don't want to pre-order the game, that's perfectly fine. I'm not here to tell you what to buy or to try and trick you into doing something that you don't want to. I just want to present all the information, that way you can make your own decision. Pre-ordering allows you to have even more access to the game pre-launch, but like I said, it comes with a small price of pre-ordering the game. Now, me, myself, I am going to pre-order the game, not only because I believe it's going to be a game that I'm going to purchase day one anyway, but more importantly, I want the access to this early content that comes out on January 25th to the 27th. I want to share that content with you guys if I can. I know with the NDA on the open alpha, I wasn't able to actually do anything with the content that I played. I couldn't even record it or anything like that. So this might be the first time that I can show you actual gameplay that I captured. Everything that you're seeing in the background of this video is taken from videos from the Anthem YouTube page. Whether they're gameplay walkthroughs or the different trailers that they've put out so far, everything you're seeing in the background is definitely not from the closed alpha. It's just from their YouTube page, and I'll have that linked in the description below. But again, with this early access, I want to capture that content, and then I might even stream it with you guys if they allow it, so that you can take a look as well. Now, I'm sure just by saying that I'm pre-ordering a game or saying that I like a game and I want a game that is published by EA is instantly going to get me in some trouble. People are going to call me a sheep and just, go off in the comments about how you shouldn't buy anything from EA. I'm boycotting all EA games. I'll never buy another EA game because of what they did with Star Wars Battlefront 2 and every other game that they touch. Well, this is what I like to say to those people. I don't buy games and decide what games I'm going to buy to support some kind of cause or support a particular company or publisher, the same way that I don't buy a cheeseburger from McDonald's because I stand behind the Golden Arches business practices. I buy a cheeseburger because I'm hungry and I want to eat it. And I'm going to buy Anthem because I think it looks like fun and I want it. Am I a huge Bioware fan? Yes. I've made it clear a number of times that Mass Effect is my favorite franchise, and I can't get enough of it. I love Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. I've even played some of the Dragon Age games, and I like Bioware. I am not afraid to say that I'm kind of a fanboy for Bioware, and I usually like their games. But when I first heard about Anthem, I wasn't all that excited about it. I, like a lot of other people, thought this is just another Destiny clone. This is just going to have no story. It's going to be watered down. It's going to be littered with loot boxes and all kinds of junk like that because it's published by EA. I had those same thoughts. But once I found out more about the game, every video that I saw and all the information that I saw just got me more and more excited. And so that's why I want to share this with you guys today. But just looking at the gameplay and the footage that they provided on their YouTube channel, it reminds me of the latest Bioware game, Mass Effect Andromeda. Now, say what you want about Andromeda, but the combat in that game was really good, and there's some that might disagree with that. I thought the combat of that game was the best part of it, but you can definitely see some similarities in the gameplay of Anthem and the gameplay of Andromeda. The thrust forward, the jump mechanic, how you can hover in the air and shoot. Obviously, Anthem has a lot more of that because you're in a full-blown flight suit that can fly around and hover for even longer, but Andromeda already had some of that in the game. And I think they took some of that and put it towards Anthem. All the different builds that you can make, all the different options you can build for your character and your different javelins. I think it just speaks to me, and I think it's going to be a game that I enjoy. And I think the combat is going to be the best part, just like it was in Andromeda. But let's get back to what I thought originally when I saw Anthem. Oh, this is just another Destiny clone, and I'm tired of these stupid open world MMORPG games where there's just people everywhere and I can't play it solo if I want to. All I'm doing is just killing these random enemies to try and upgrade my armor, and Anthem is not just like Destiny. I played Destiny 1 and I had fun with it. It was a really good shooter, but it was so hollow. There was no story in the original game. I mean, there was a story, but it wasn't great. It ended before you knew it, and you're like, that's it? Really? That's all that happened? I know they added some DLC later on the line, but you had to pay for that DLC. And I didn't want to spend any more money on the game when it made me that mad after I finished it. Sure, Anthem is a shoot and loot game that allows you to play with friends in an open world, but it's not exactly like Destiny. For one, Anthem doesn't have a social space, and it's not going to. When you're out and about on a Destiny patrol, you can run into players just about everywhere. You can be trying to kill a certain amount of enemies, and people can run up and kill them before you and just kind of ruin your time. And the same thing at the social hubs. You could be just trying to go to a vendor, and some moron's running around with this stupid emote, and he's dancing and just getting in your way, and it just takes you out of the experience. In Anthem, you'll only run into other players if you have matchmaking set to public, or if you've invited your friends to play with you. If you want to play Anthem solo from start to finish, you can. There's also no PvP in this game. A couple more important things that kind of sets Anthem apart and makes it easier as a consumer for me to trust Bioware and even trust EA on this one. Just hear me out. There's no loot boxes, but there are microtransactions in the game. But the microtransactions are only cosmetic items, and you know exactly what you're purchasing when you make the purchase if you do. However, everything that you can buy with a microtransaction can be earned in-game without spending any real-world money. And one more very important note about Anthem, all the story content going forward, all the DLC that they will release will be free. So if you're a player that doesn't spend money on microtransactions, you kind of have it made because you can earn everything in-game that you want to. You don't have to spend any more than $60 to buy it, and then all story content going forward, if they release some DLC, will be free of charge. Now, like I said, there's a lot more information coming on Anthem. And the next dev stream where they sit down, they go over a few topics, and they show us some gameplay is this Thursday, tomorrow, December 13th, starting at 3 p.m. Central Time. And I think in this one, they're going to go over the progression system, the looting, some customization stuff, and they're going to show us some gameplay as well. So I'll definitely be tuning into that. And if you guys are interested in this stuff, I can definitely provide that information for you and just go over it in general in a video similar to this one. I really think Anthem is a game that I'm going to enjoy, and I would love to cover it here on this channel. So if you do like this content, and if you want to see more of it, and you want to encourage me to make more Anthem videos for you, definitely hit the like button because that does help. Share the video to get it out there, and hit subscribe to stay up to date on all of my content. There's also been rumors of more tests, more alpha or beta tests going forward. So if you guys are interested in that, follow me on Twitter because once I find out more information on that, I will definitely share it there. That way we can try and get in and play the game if you want to. But with that being said, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Until next time, I'll see you later.
The Anthem still rages. And walls can only do so much. But with the power of the Anthem at my fingertips, I will end all this needless suffering.